Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Bi-Monthly Bull, the show where you don't research what we're talking about, so why should we? Now, originally I was going to save this format idea until I could get it on television, but with the entire Australian TV industry going under, that would be like me waiting to play my cello until I was on board the Titanic. You know, it's difficult to create a political and media satire series on YouTube because advertisers have decided to completely boycott any kind of political content on this website, which means from day one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report that Bi-Monthly Bull is operating at a catastrophic loss. But don't worry, because I spent all of my money on new equipment and graphics before I found out about the advertiser boycott. So as I slide down into bankruptcy, I hope you do enjoy the intro for Bi-Monthly Bull, which, by the way, from next episode, will be changing to a more advertiser-friendly format, like rap videos that objectify women and promote heavy drug use. Experience necessary. Oh, sorry, I was just looking for jobs. I failed high school. It's not going well. In our first story tonight, Margaret Court is one of Australia's most successful female tennis players. In fact, she's so well known and was so good that she even has an entire arena named after her, Margaret Court Arena, which, by the way, does sound impressive until you realise that the city of Perth is currently building an arena that's named after themselves called the Perth Stadium. And Perth is a shithole. I mean, if Perth is the benchmark for who deserves a stadium, fucking we should all get one. Old Margie Lizardneck recently got into big trouble because she wrote an open letter saying that she will no longer fly Qantas Airlines as they openly support gay marriage.
We really believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, and I have nothing against homosexual people. They can lead their life, but don't touch marriage.
For some reason, the Australian population was very surprised that a 70-year-old heavily religious woman hates puffs. And she was widely condemned by most of the population. Even Tennis Australia came out and condemned her views as they're vocally pro-gay. But the best part is, her own fucking stadium, Margaret Court Arena, came out and spoke against Margaret Court and in favour of gay marriage. I just think it's amazing that we live in a time where an inanimate object named after you can come on Twitter and publicly say to everybody out there that they think you're an idiot. And now, because Margaret Court, the arena, is for gay marriage, but Margaret Court, the person, is against it, some people are saying that the arena should have its names changed. But the craziest thing is, Margaret Court, the person, actually agrees with this. She wrote a follow-up open letter saying that she will be boycotting her own arena until the name is changed to No Fags Allowed Stadium. This renaming debate got so bad that the Prime Minister of Australia himself, Malcolm Turnbull, had to step in and say that the arena will not be renamed. And you know what? I agree. Because if we rename Margaret Court Arena just for being pro-gay, then we would have to rename all of the other pro-gay products that have Margaret Court's name on them. I've got a few examples here. It's just too inconvenient. For example, we'd have to rename the official Margaret Court Collector's Edition prostate massager. We can't do that. The exclusively licensed Margaret Court strap-on, that name would have to be changed, and we would have to postpone the annual Margaret Court Les Fest. And we can't do that because I just bought my ticket. In international news now, Donald Trump recently traveled to Saudi Arabia for the official opening of their new global center for combating extremist ideology. Or, we only made this for good press. The centre has employed hundreds of analysts from across the world to monitor and intercept extremist behaviour and ideologies, like women who disobey their husbands. Now, this would have been a fairly routine visit for Trump that nobody would have cared about if it wasn't for this fucking terrifying footage of him and the King of Saudi Arabia holding a glowing orb. What kind of Illuminati shit is that, right? Well, I actually did some research and I found out the reason why him and Trump are clutching the globe. It turns out the Global Center for Combating Extremist Ideology completely overloaded as soon as the King of Saudi Arabia stepped into the room.
Warning, warning, extremist behavior detected. This guy's government throws gays off roofs.
But after Trump helped the King of Saudi Arabia manually reset the center, they fixed the issue by recalibrating the machine to define extremism as women drivers. Back to Australia now, where last month an anti-vaccine group organised a massive nationwide protest against the no jab, no play laws, which prohibit unvaccinated children from enrolling in kindergarten and daycare, which is kind of like banning fire at a petrol station. A good idea. One of the most common things you hear from anti-vaccine groups is that thousands of medical professionals agree with them that vaccines are unnecessary and dangerous. Well, considering that this was one of the biggest anti-vaccine protests Australia has ever seen, I went there to see if I could find one of those medical experts that they keep talking about. I'm at an anti-vaccine rally in Melbourne, and we're here to ask one very important question. Does anybody in this rally know what the fuck they're talking about? Are you a doctor?
No.
Are you a doctor?
I'm not a doctor, no.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Are you a doctor or a medical professional?
Nope.
No? You just...
I'm in natural therapies.
Are you a doctor?
No, not at all.
No, you're not. But you have done your research.
Oh, my word, absolutely.
Yeah. Was that research part of like a 6-year doctorate's degree or more just Google? So you're actually against vaccines for animals. Are you a vet?
No.
Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? No. Are you a doctor, man? No. Are you a doctor? No. Oh, that's true. You are right. There wouldn't be a doctor here. My mistake. About 50 people just ran a red here. So anti-vax and anti-traffic light signs as well. So what was your name, sorry?
My name's Jeff.
My name's Lewis. Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Nice to meet you.
Now, Jeff, are you here to protest anti-vax or are you from the Matrix?
I'm here to raise education and bring attention to people that are malinformed and believe vaccines are safe when there's no actual evidence to prove that they're safe or effective.
You've taken the red pill, I assume. Was there anything else that you would like to say?
Once you give up your liberty for security, what you end up with is tyranny. And what their government is proposing is medical tyranny at its finest.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Neo. Appreciate it. Are you guys doctors? No? Is anyone here a doctor? No? No doctors at this rally. Shame. As you can see, not a single person here has any idea what the fuck they're talking about. For Bi-Monthly Bull, I'm Lewis Spears. Back to you, Lewis. Thanks, Lewis. And now for our final story of tonight. I do have to address the absolutely tragic terrorist attack that claimed the lives of 22 people in Manchester during an Ariana Grande concert. It was absolutely horrible, but what we didn't hear much about from the mainstream media was the incredible response from Ariana and the city of Manchester itself. Within just a few weeks, they had organised a massive benefit concert for all of the victims that were affected by the attack, featuring an insane lineup of celebrities and performers who all came out for free just to help. And the best part of it was Ticketmaster guaranteed everyone who attended the original Ariana Grande concert free tickets to the benefit. But only 14,200 people actually attended the original Ariana Grande concert, which means over 10,000 people lied about experiencing a terrorist attack to get some free concert tickets. And in response to this, Ticketmaster have actually announced an exclusive one-off collaboration with ISIS themselves to recreate a terrorist attack for the 10,000 people who so desperately wanted to be involved with the real one. And that's the end of this episode, guys. Bi-Monthly Bull will be back out in 2 more weeks. Oh no, sorry, I'm just being told that the series has been cancelled for that off-colour joke about the Manchester incident. That's terrible. Well, thank you for watching episode 1. That was Bi-Monthly Bull. I'm really sorry.